Welcome, and thank you for joining ESP. We're excited for you to get started. In this onboarding, we'll cover a few basic things so that your account is set up for success. Before we get started, we want to get to know you a little. Please reply to that email you got and give us some answers to these questions here. We want to know where you're coming from, how you sell, what drives you and your team, all that good stuff. We value our partners' perspectives, and we want to individualize our offerings to match your business needs as much as possible. All right, now we got to check some boxes. This first part is for admins only, so if you're watching as a rep, you can skip ahead. You should have already received an invitation to Quickbase and set up your password and security questions and all that. Contact our support team at joinesp.com/support if you need to correct anything along the way, and one of our dedicated account executives will help you out. To start with, make sure your company name is spelled correctly. Once you're logged into the Quickbase system, you should see your company name on your homepage. It will look a little different than this screen, but should be right up top. Double check that your name, phone number, and email are all correct. Regarding your email, it's best if this is unique to ESP. If the email you signed up with has already been shared with other lenders or installers, it will complicate your access down the road. So, in order to have a simplified journey, make sure you give us a unique email. We'll confirm that the agreement has been signed, as well as verify that your banking information matches the W-9 provided. When you get your first deal sold, we can pay you as long as your bank account matches your company name and your W-9. Give us a heads up if any of that isn't aligned, and we'll get it corrected. We built a really nice proposal within Quickbase, which we'll get to in a bit. To get the most out of this free resource, we want to have a company logo on file if you have one. Email it over to marketing@joinesp.com and we'll get you going. Now let's begin the journey of our resources. First up, choose your weapon. We have Quickbase. This is an all-in-one CRM tool, basically Salesforce on steroids. We built it in such a way you can develop and manage your team, create leads, proposals, close deals, and watch that sale unfold all the way from site survey to PTO. It's pretty powerful, and again, it's completely free. So Quickbase tends to be many of our new partners' go-to product.
You may also be familiar with Aurora. Lots of people love this platform. You will be hard-pressed to find a better tool with accuracy and instant results than Aurora. You'll have access to all of our payment options, including the excellent third-party options and loans from our top financial partners, not to mention the AI designer that helps you maximize savings for each customer. There's also a massive library of training videos available through Aurora Academy. We've negotiated a great rate with Aurora, so we won't charge you any per proposal fees. Just a minimal penny per watt adder on your closed deals as long as you keep selling each month.
All right, training videos. You're watching one already, so just keep going. The rest of this playlist will have all the individual topics you need. We strongly encourage you to watch all of these training videos. You can knock them all out in under an hour, or you can pop in when you have a few minutes at a time. Creating leads and proposals, schedule site surveys, change orders, adding reps, all of our most common questions are covered here, so you'll be a professional in no time. It's time to talk payday. We pay every Friday if you've got jobs in the pipeline. On Tuesdays, you'll get a report with all the jobs displayed and the gross amount you'll get paid. We have a full breakdown of commission timelines for you to reference, but here's the quick highlights.
M1 occurs the following Friday after Design and Engineering, or D&E, has been completed and confirmed.
M2s have a couple requirements. Glass on roof installations must be marked completed, and we must have received funding from the finance partner or the customer, and there can't be any outstanding issues. As long as all of that's taken place, that means the following Friday you'd be paid out on that job. Now bear in mind, at times there are corrections or adjustments needed, so that's why there's room for the M3. Generally, these are very rare cases, but we don't want you to be surprised if it ever happens. We're in this together and value communication and transparency. If you ever have any specific questions, pop into the job on Quickbase and you'll find the Commissions tab to submit your commission inquiry. That goes directly to our accounting team as well as account executives, so you've got all hands on deck trying to help solidify your commission. Try to submit any questions you have by Wednesdays, no later than 12 noon, so that way we'll have time to make changes to our accounting and set you up for Friday payroll. Next to commissions on the job, by the way, you'll also have requests for any kind of a project update that you need. Let's talk territory pricing. Our headquarters is in Torrance, just a couple minutes to the beach, and our core of excellence is right in the heartbeat of California, anything from San Diego all the way up to Bakersfield. No adder there. Once you get a little ways up into the valley or over up the coast, that's our first bump to 10 cents in the Fresno Central Coast territory. Further up, the Bay Area, San Francisco all the way up to Sacramento, That's the same, 10 cents. As soon as you get to Northern California or anything way out east in gray, that is going to be outside of our coverage territory. Everything is stretched out, there's additional drive time, and we don't have as many resources to provide an exceptional experience. And we really would hate to let anybody down. That being said, we love working with our partners on planning blitzes and building momentum of success. So give us a heads up on any blitzes in any territory. We want to deliver a great experience no matter what, so wherever you have customers, we'll take care of them. And we can work with you a little on some of these costs if you bring sufficient volume and help us plan ahead to allocate resources. We'll ask you for a monthly forecast and general geographic plans to align. Chat with an account exec if you want to dive into that topic further. Here's our current Texas coverage. We're in the greater DFW area for now. California is still the best place in the country to sell solar purely because of the power prices, among some other reasons. But Texas is pretty great too for even more reasons. Let us know if you want to saddle up down there. Here's our current lineup of financial partners. Subject to change from time to time and territory to territory, but you've probably used at least a few of these before. If you have a go-to product that isn't on this list, run it by us and we'll see if it's a good fit for our processes or not. For customer payments, we do like to call out Paykeeper. Paykeeper is a simple, secure escrow account. Basically an FDIC-insured bank account that the homeowner loads the project balance into and then releases funds only once we've reached our milestones set forth within the HIA or solar agreement. It protects all parties, like a trifecta of checks and balances. Way better than chasing down a check. We do also accept ACH direct deposits and credit card payments. Before moving on, we do like to call out Solar Insure. That's another adder. If you're not familiar with Solar Insure, it's basically the ultimate peace of mind you can offer your customer on their solar and battery investment. No matter what happens to an installer or a manufacturer, Solar Insure can help that customer out with parts and labor coverage, backed by a massive insurance and financial institution, so they're really not going anywhere. Be sure to take the training linked here. 15 minutes will give you a big leg up in the home. Plus, you can give them a call anytime. They can even provide a great second voice to help you close sometimes. Let's talk a little more about the advocacy team that we mentioned. In the event that your homeowner calls to cancel, you'll get a text and an email that looks like this on the right side. What ESP wants to know is, hey, are you on it? Do you need more time? If so, click here and we'll back off. We give you ample time to do your thing, and we encourage it. You've built the rapport, you have some trust equity built up with that homeowner, hopefully. That's why it's the very first option. But if you've exhausted all your efforts and you can't save the project, we're happy that you tried and we're here to back you up. You can just say, I'm done with it, please cancel, begin the resolution process. Our amazing advocacy team members will take this on. They're like a retention or a cancel save powerhouse. We'll try to talk to the client, see what wiggle room we have, and if we rebound and get this job back on track, guess what happens? No more cancellation fees, those are waived. The job still proceeds through the system, you can get paid for your work, you can still get referrals from that client hopefully, and all we do is keep the advocacy save fee for our efforts. As long as we didn't have to bend over backwards on pricing and somehow end up upside down, you'll have commission coming back to you still. So while we categorize the advocacy adder as a cancellation fee, technically, it's not a negative. Honestly, we've helped some large partners retain over $1 million in commissions thanks to our advocacy efforts. It's no gimmick. Here's our clean deal checklist. Having all of these when you submit a job will give you the best shot at moving quickly through the system. You can save this slide or take a screenshot if you need it for reference later. It's pretty simple at the end of the day, and hopefully none of these are unfamiliar to you, but let us know if you're ever unsure what we're asking for. Next, here's what you'll see on every job when you look at it in Quickbase. We call this project milestone completion list down here the rainbow chart. Install scheduling status down at the very, very bottom is the best place to get the big question answered. Hey, why don't I have glass on roof yet? If it's anything prior to install scheduled and confirmed, it will say, for instance, waiting on a re-roof, waiting on MPU, permit, HOA, homeowner obligation, or STIPs possibly. So if you see something like that, maybe there's only one thing that we need to complete and the ball is in the homeowner's court, you can always chat in and check if we're having any trouble getting in touch with them. We'll always tackle the lion's share of the work, but we'll never turn down assistance if you want to help us out with anything that might be missing. Every homeowner is going to get a dedicated project coordinator and project manager assigned to them. After the welcome call, they'll also have a point of contact on any technical questions. A quick note on timelines. We always want to set up proper expectations. Click on the link here and scroll down a little ways to find this timeline. It'll expand out and give you a description of each of these stages, as well as an estimated ETA on when we're going to get that done.
We definitely don't drag our feet, but we can't do overnight installs, and we hope you understand why. Please feel free to share this with your homeowners as well. If you or a customer are ever feeling a little bit of that, hey, what's going on? Just give this timeline a double check. See if it's outside of our normal service level agreement for that particular stage, and then chat in if it does seem like something might be taking too long. Here's our partner support information. Once you've got your first job signed and credit approved, all that good stuff on the clean deal checklist, you can lean on the ESP operations team from there on out. Your best first option is always live chat. We're pretty quick to answer, usually 30 seconds or less, and you can utilize chat for all of these reasons and then some. Job creation, scheduling, site surveys, hold updates, pipeline updates, install concerns, post-install, homeowner support. Maybe you're on the road and you just don't like to type it all out. That's okay too. You can call us. 866-865-4559 is our phone number. And our hours of operation are listed here on the next page. Last but far from least, you've got the Rep Hub. JoinESP.com/hub has a variety of common requests with simple step-by-step forms to get your project submissions, request new proposals, change orders, roof estimates, and more. Make sure you bookmark that ASAP. On the topic of change orders, we put that into a form on our site, which goes to the same crew who handles proposal requests. So regardless if you sold it through Quickbase or a third-party tool, we'll get what you need to do done. There are certain restrictions. For instance, if the funding has already been released from a lender, generally we're prevented from making changes. Or if there's an open work order for anything on the HIA, we would need to cancel that in order to proceed. Otherwise, we've made a handy walkthrough video that you'll see later in the onboarding playlist. Obviously, we'd love to avoid change orders entirely, so we have some resources compiled to help you make your jobs move swiftly through the pipeline. Watch all of our webinars here on YouTube. Check out the podcast series on setting proper expectations at every stage, and download some of our infographics. All of these will help you sell better and help us do our jobs for you with maximum efficiency. We're particularly proud of the podcast. Even if you've been in the solar game for years, there's some things you'll pick up. We brought in key players for each milestone in the solar installation process, everything from roofing to the utility team, so you're hearing straight from experts on each topic. In addition, we've got a couple tips just for the Texas market. Even though it's not required like the NEM 3 utility areas, there's a big financial incentive to add a battery and avoid some charges. We'll keep adding to this as we get more intel. If you're already familiar with the territory and want to share your own knowledge, we'd love to hear it. Speaking of batteries, here's our current lineup available through Quickbase and most platforms. There are a couple not listed here that may be available exclusively on certain sales platforms or financial products. If you have the homeowner's needs and wants at the top of your mind, it shouldn't be hard to configure their battery system into a right-sized fit, regardless of manufacturer. We do offer battery-only sales. That means if you have past clients or run into existing solar customers out there in the field, we're equipping you with a great value add. Watch our webinars and walkthroughs for more information. We do also offer roofing, either included in solar projects or as a standalone roof-only product. Again, adding that value to your proposal and bundling whenever you can. There's a separate video for roofing onboarding with some great tips and tricks. Highly recommend checking that out. Well, here they are again, the dreaded 3 letters. Don't chicken out on us now. MPUs are pretty complex, but understanding them will make you a much stronger salesperson and help you solve more problems for your homeowners. Check out this slide deck. Definitely check out the podcast episode on the topic. If you're ever wondering where to access all these educational resources, bookmark the ESP knowledge base. We've downloaded a ton of our collective experience into these articles and distilled it down to simple processes as often as we can. Get geeky and ask the chatbot or one of our friendly humans if you're trying to track something down. Here's a sample of the proposal you'll see generated from Quickbase energy recommendations. This is available on all 3 sales types, solar, roof, and battery. We spent a lot of time and effort crafting this to be elegant and attractive for your homeowners to look at and understand the sale. You can even apply for financing and sign docs right at the very end of the deck. In order to get started selling in California, you have to be registered with the CSLB and hold an HIS license. You should have received a roster sheet in your welcome email so we can place yours on file. We've given you all the quick links here to apply or renew as well. We would ask that the rest of your team get up to code with California as quickly as possible, but as long as someone on your team holds an HIS license, we won't hold you back. Here's all the sample HIA docs if you ever want to review with a homeowner ahead of them signing.
Nothing to be shy about. We've got everything in black and white. Some people even use this as part of their presentation, highlighting the important parts. Do you know other salespeople who need an installer? How about we get you paid when they sell a deal through us? We'll give you a little cream off the top for every deal that gets installed and hits PTO up to a year after your referral starts selling with us. ESPswagstore.com is where you'll do all your shopping from now on. Okay, maybe not, but we've done some cool designs. And if you want to co-brand ESP with your company, we can make that happen. Again, reach out to marketing@joinesp.com if you want to get that going with your logo or any other request along that line. Speaking of marketing, here's the brand guidelines, as well as some sample partner graphics to put up on your website or other gear. You can also take these flyers and door hangers and print them out to your heart's content. Common request we get is for sample photos or even a portfolio of installs. We want you to give the proper expectations with the homeowner. We do use panels that are black on black. We do try and match conduit paint color to the surroundings as much as possible. We will install on multiple roof types. So feel free, bookmark the gallery, pick out a few of your favorites, share with your clients at the point of sale. This should really make them feel much more confident in who they're choosing for their installer and sales partner. We're one of the top reviewed installers in California, if not the top. It may be hard to believe, but you can check around. If there's someone with more reviews, they aren't as highly rated. And if there's someone who has higher ratings, they won't have nearly as much review history. This very well could be one of the core reasons why you've already chosen ESP. So thank you for helping us reach even higher marks. Follow us on all the socials. We share cool industry stats, install photos and videos, sales and motivational content, not to mention awards and accolades. We're repeat contenders on those top solar contractor awards for multiple years running, so definitely lean on the reputation angle. We made it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the rest of the onboarding videos and let us know if you've got any remaining questions. You're one step closer to your first sale with ESP, and we are excited to create exceptional energy experiences with you.